Welcome. Here we are, session 2. Let's get right into this. So, why do we have imposter syndrome? And why do we hold on to it? Okay, we already understand what it is now, right? We all know what imposter syndrome is. We understand that feeling that we have when we have imposter syndrome. But why? Why would this feeling that doesn't feel good to us, why do we have it and why do we hold on to it? So as a child, we are influenced by so many things, right? Sounds, sights, experiences, people that surround us, good and bad. Everything has an impact on us. All these influences sculpt who we are and who we become as adults, good or bad. Everything has an impact on who we become. So diving into your story, your backstory, can be very insightful. Finding the root causes of where your sense of insecurity, of not feeling worthy, of not feeling good enough, and standing in your own success comes from. Why don't we want to do that? Why don't we want to be successful and feel the feeling of being successful? Why are we trying to stay out of the spotlight? And sometimes it's a reflection of how you felt growing up. How people interacted with you, the values that you developed inside out, the impact of those who spoke to you, how they spoke to you. As children, we're very vulnerable to those experiences because that's how we learn. That's how we learn to navigate the world. And we trust those people that are around us. And unfortunately, even though many of them mean well, some don't, but many, I like to err on the side of that everyone does mean well and tries to raise their kids the best they can and have the best influences and everything there. Oftentimes, they're lies. They're not true, right? And it's not that we aren't purposely lied to or deceived, but remember, those who raise us and influence us are in turn raised and influenced by someone else. And so on and so forth. And so generations after generations may grow up with certain beliefs or certain ways that they do things, and they just may not be the truth for you or the truth in our generation or whatever it is, right? So it isn't until we grow and we develop on our own and we engage in more life experiences and have more of our own influences in our life and range of influences from different walks of life that we can challenge what we thought we knew, what we took as belief, what we took as truth, and challenge those, right? And it often isn't easy to find the root. And this is why many of us look to trained coaches to walk us through a series of steps, a deep dive into identifying those areas that are holding us back and help us rise above in our own greatness, right? So we've identified one of the many areas imposter syndrome can become a psychological pattern that many of us have. It can be rooted from our childhood and many other aspects in there. But why would we hold on to it? Well, firstly, if we don't recognize it, if we don't see it as holding us back or that it's a problem area that's keeping us from our full potential, it becomes something that we never change or we never get beyond. You hear often that if you don't recognize, the first step is recognizing a problem and then moving on from there. So many people just go along with the belief and it's never challenged, and it may not be a problem, although it is, and they are feeling these feelings of inadequacy internally. They just think they're normal, right? But even when we do recognize it, when we know we're fully self-sabotaging our success, when we know we aren't fully standing and shining, when we're standing in the shadows of others and keeping our light dim, hiding in the background, why do we stay there? Frustrated, insecure, unhappy, wanting more, feeling unsatisfied, incompetent, inadequate, wanting more certifications, feeling that if we just had one more training, if our hair was different, if we lost weight. It's that getting ready to get ready to get ready. Like, only if I could do this. Only if one more thing, right? But that getting ready never happens because we're never going back to the root of why we're doing what we're doing. Does that make sense? It's safe, it's comfortable, it's what we know. So you'll never be challenged standing in the background. You'll never feel like you'll ever get called out, right? It's safe. It's safe. If somebody else is standing in front of you, it's safe because they're going to be the ones that get called on. Have you ever been in a room where they ask for volunteers, and if no one raises their hand, they're going to pick someone? And you're overcome with this fear and anxiety, and you're trying to look down, and you're trying to look around, and you're trying to pretend like you're busy doing something because your subconscious even starts a mantra sometimes that says, don't pick me, don't pick me, don't pick me. They can't see me, I'm not here, please don't pick me, please don't pick me, right? Because you don't think you're good enough. You think, oh my God, I'm going to be made a fool out of, I don't know what to say, I won't say the right thing. It's that internal fear of being a fraud or being stupid. All those low vibrational qualities that you tell yourself. That vibrational energy, that low vibrational energy that doesn't serve you. So you see, that is one of the reasons we hold on to it. Although so destructive, it's safe. It's safe. It's what we know. Because stepping out of our comfort zone, stepping in to greatness means venturing out of our comfort zone. The reality is that when you step into your greatness, when you shine so brightly, it lights up others. It lights up a room. Your comfort zone moves and you really do shine and you give to others. And you start to experience these high vibrational emotions like confidence and gratitude and love and just all that good stuff. That experience, that growth, it takes you personally and professionally to the next level. You shed all that negative vibration of living in the imposter syndrome. So now we've learned we may have imposter syndrome and why we hold on to it. Why we have it, right? Now let's look at when we should let it go and how we do that. See you in the next training.